everyone. I hope everyone is well. Nice to see all of you. I just have a few words to say with all this noise that's going on over here on our very busy street. Learn to love without condition. Talk without bad intention. Give without any reason. And most of all, care for people without any expectation. Please remember these words and have a good week, everyone. Sending all our love, and I hope everyone's well. And a message from our sponsors. Here's the rabbi.
Hello, everybody. Nice to be able to speak again. These days of holidays, between Rosh Hashanah and Kippur, still not Kippur, but I am going to comment on the parasha that will be next, immediately after Kippur, which is next Shabbat, Perashat Haazinu. And Perashat Haazinu is really, the Torah calls it Shirah, a song. In other words, we can call it a poetry as well, because that's what it sounds and what it reflects. The entire parasha is so beautifully written in a poetic language. And what Perashat Haazinu is really to express how God's creation, everything that He does, there is a certain kind of harmony. At the same time, the Torah, Moshe Rabbeinu is speaking on behalf of God, what He does for the people of Israel. He speaks about the past, speaks about the present, and He speaks about the future. Everything is in that parasha. In fact, just before Perashat Haazinu, when God instructs Moshe, איזי כתוב את השירה ולמדה את בני ישראל שימה בפיהם. You should teach the children of Israel in their mouth. That means that they will always be able to recite it like they recite a song, like recite a poem, a poetry. This is how they have to learn, because everything that it contains in this parasha of Haazinu, it's really something to think about and to reflect in life and reflect in God, what He really has been doing. He does, He did, and He is going to do still. This is why it's so important. Like everything else that you want to make sure that it stays there and that makes an impact to everyone to know, is to learn it by heart. This is what Ashira, that in fact, we know when we did the time of Tisha B'Av, instead of Az Yashir Moshe, what we sing is exactly Haazinu Hashamayim V'Adaber. And this poem of Haazinu is talking, in fact, is putting the people of Israel on alert, on attention, and he say, Haazinu Hashamayim V'Adaber, listen to heaven, I am going to utter things, to speak. V'tishma ha'aretz imrefi, and the earth should listen to the words of my mouth. Yarof kamatar likhi, tizal katal imrati. The second verse, it's full of not just the words and poetry, but the message is so incredible. Because he said, Yarof kamatar likhi. And the word Yarof kamatar likhi, it means that my teaching, my instruction, that's likhi, Yarof kamatar, should drop like the rain. That's what matar. Tizal katal imrati. and my utterances, everything that I am saying, yes, should be katal, like the dew, should flow like the dew. And he says, kisairim ale dese, vechirvivim ale esef. Kisairim ale dese, it means like the storm wind, that it is directed into the vegetation, chirvivim ale esef, and like revivim, which means drops of rain on top of the blades of grass. I mean, what is it? The Khatam Sofer, I like this is in his name, is so beautiful. He always, when he makes some commentary, especially in this parasha, he said that you know, Moshe Rabbeinu, after all, he's talking to the people of Israel before he is going to leave them. And he's going to leave them with the ultimate, the lasting message. And he's saying that since he is speaking and he reprimanding them as well, and he counseling them about the future and what they're supposed to do, he's saying that there are two ways how to reprimand somebody, whether it is chastise or even counsel somebody. There is like the matar, which is the rain. You know, rain is something like he said, the rain is very strong. It's not always good for everybody. Sometimes the rain can come like storm rain. It's very strong. Some people benefit them, but some not so good. But the dew benefit everybody. In fact, in the acronym of the word tal means tov lakol, meaning he said that it's good for everybody. Everybody loves the dew. And when it is matar is like the word when Moshe Rabbeinu was reprimanded the people of Israel, and he said, what am I going to do with you? Masachem verivchem, you know, all your travels, all the difficulties and all the commotion that you created. That's the word matar, which is very strong and very harsh, while tal is something that is gentle. So he said, there is a difference. He said, if you want to speak to the public, you can, as somebody who want to counsel the public, you can be honest and speak to everybody harsh words. The truth, you have to speak. And therefore, especially because everybody is looking at somebody else. He said, you know, it's most probably somebody else who has. But even if he thinks about themselves, nevertheless, when you speak to the public, and that is exactly like the rain on the vegetation, which is vegetation represent a general greenery, and therefore you speak to the public. You have to be honest, and you can chastise them if need be. That's what Moshe Rabbeinu was doing. That's what he said. Yarof kamatar likhi. My instruction and my teaching should be like the rain. But he said, when you are talking to an individual, a person, has to be like the dew, because it's not only what you say, it's how you say it as well. And to a person, you have to be gentle, and you have to really know how you are going to instruct that person and how you are going to chastise that person. And this is what Khatam Sofer said, is Rabbi Moshe Sofer, so for us, not only that, it's full. The entire parasha is about the poetry. That means that there is, every time there is something hidden. When Moshe Rabbeinu speaks, his utterance says, sometimes it can be harsh and sometimes it can be gentle, but everything that he says is like the heaven and the earth, because he has in mind only to let the people of Israel know the wonderful thing that God has done for them in the past, and in the present and in the future, and that if they learn this by heart, and if they go according to the utterances of Moshe Rabbeinu, it will be like the dew. It will be soft, and everything is going to be gentle for them, as a gentle future they're going to have. And now we are going to have now Yom Kippur, very, just here by Wednesday evening, Yom Kippur, and we hope that HaKadosh Baruch Hu should listen to our prayer, and that we should have a future that is much, much gentle for everybody, all of us, and all our love to everyone, which you should have a Chatima Tova, Tizku Shanim Rabot, it's for a wonderful year.